Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got a puzzle today by Jolly Rogers. I think this is the third time Jolly Rogers has appeared on the channel, and it's a puzzle called Counting on Quiet Nights, and many of you have suggested that this is a really rather lovely puzzle, and we should certainly try it, and that's what I plan to do today. It's a counting circles puzzle, so that means that the digits we put in the circles, like if we put 5 in a circle, then 5 5s have to appear in circles, exactly 5 5s. So it's that sort of thing. But there's a weird German whispers rule about chess knights move, which is why I guess the counting on quiet nights idea. We must have sort of whispering chess knights. That was the idea, I think, of Jolly Rogers behind the title. I'm not sure how hard this is either. I think one email we had suggested it was medium difficulty, so take that on trust. Have a look at the video length perhaps, and see if that accords with your expectations. But we'll get to the solving, and I'll read you the rules in a moment or two's time. I don't have much news for you today. Well, I do have a little bit of news in the sense that the Counting on Quiet Nights idea and a couple of you asking if I could read more poetry made me think that perhaps I should read from one of my favourite poems. Because Counting on Quiet Nights for some reason put me in mind of the Tales of Brave Ulysses, which is, well, I mean that goes back to the days of Eric Clapton and Cream, but actually Ulysses by Tennyson is one of my favourite poems, so I thought I might read you a little bit of that. It's probably too long to read the whole thing, but I might just read you the last verse as a little segue. If you don't like poems, just forward wind this bit. If you do, then let's see if I can do this justice, because in my opinion this is utterly magnificent. So, yeah, this, as I say, it's the last verse, so, sorry, brief segue. I realised I cut off half of the last verse. I got halfway through it, and then I was like, but where's the ending that I like? And it's gone, so I'm going to do it again. So here we go. The ending of Tennyson's Ulysses. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail, there gloom the dark, broad seas. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrought, and thought with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine, and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. You and I are old. Old age hath yet his honour and his toil, death closes all, but something ere the end, some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men who strove with gods. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks, the long day wanes, the slow moon climbs, the deep moans round with many voices. Come, my friends, 'tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order smite the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down, it may be we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Absolutely fabulous language. Anyway, we dissipate all the rules of YouTube. We're going from Sudoku solving to Tennyson's Ulysses. No birthdays to do today. Do I have anything else to mention? If you enjoy the channel, please do follow us Please do subscribe. Please like the videos. Please comment on the videos. We like comments, especially when they're kind. And if you really like us, we have a Patreon site as well, where for a couple of bucks a month you can indulge in some of our most difficult solves, Mark's connection videos, and of course our monthly competitions, which are Sudoku hunts. So check those out. But anyway, with that said and done, let's have a look at Counting on Quiet Nights by Jolly Rogers. And the rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. A digit in a circle indicates how many times that digit appears in a circle. So if we write 8 into a circle, any circle, there must be 8 8s in circles, exactly 8 8s. Also, digits in a circle must differ in value by at least 5, with every cell a chess knight's move away. Now this is a very strange rule. Let's look at this one. So let's just highlight it. Now what are we saying here? We're saying that whatever the value of this is, all the cells that are a chess knight's move away from the green cell, which I think is those, would all have to be at least 5 away from this. So if this was a 1, all of the sort of indigo coloured cells would be 6, 7, 8 or 9. And if this was 9, all of these cells would have to be 4, 3, 2 or 1, I think. And obviously other numbers are available. So that's a really unusual rule. And digits in a grey square must be even. So we've got 3 even digits given to us ab initio. And that is all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the first thing I'm going to suggest we do in a circles puzzle is count the circles. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 is what I got then. I'm going to do it twice in case I've made a mistake. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. I got 12 twice, so I'm pretty sure it's 12. It is worth checking, because if you get this wrong, all logic that follows from that could be completely bogus. Now, so the question is how, obviously we can't write 12 into all of these circles and put 12 12s in circles, because 12 is not a Sudoku digit. The highest digit we might be able to put in is 9, but 9 is very unlikely for the following reason. If we make any of these circles 9, we'd have to put 9 9s in circles. Now there are only 9 9s in any Sudoku puzzle because each box has 1 9 in it. So every 9 in the puzzle would have to be a circled 9. And you can normally rule that out fairly quickly. So that would have to be a 9, that would have to be a 9. Oh, I'm not going to be able to rule it out, am I? Well, okay. That is very suspicious. I bet you that there are 9 9s in circles. But that betting is not logical. So let's think about other digits that are possible. 8s. Could we put 8 8s in a circle? If we did that, then the other 4 circles would have to contain either 4 4s or 1 1 and 3 3s. I'm suddenly realizing there are many ways to do this, aren't there? Okay, all right. I'm going to change tack altogether. What I was going to do is to sort of work through all the digits one by one, but I could feel I was just going to explode in options. But I'm going to change tack altogether. What I'm going to say, which I think is right, is these 2 digits are a knight's move apart. And that makes me think we can make use of the German, this sort of digits must be at least 5 different. So let's talk about the principles of this 5 different rule. I think what that means is we can never put 5 into a circle. And let's check why that's the case. If we do put 5 into a circle, then every cell that's a knight's move away, let's just take this one and see if we can fill it. What could we put into this digit, this cell? We need a digit that's at least 5 different from 5. Now if we go down we get to 0 or negative numbers, and if we go up we get to 10 or higher. So there's no way that works. Now that means that any number we put in a circle either has the quality of being lower than 5 and being 1, 2, 3 or 4, or it has the quality of being higher than 5 and being 6, 7, 8 or 9. But here's the thing. Because these two circles are a knight's move apart, they can't be from the same branch, can they? In the sense that if this was 6, 7, 8 or 9, could this also be a 6, 7, 8 or 9? No, because the furthest apart these can be would be if they were 6 and 9, and 6 and 9 are 3 apart. In other words, one of these is definitely from the high digits, the 6, 7, 8s and 9s, and the other is from the low digits, the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. And that means there is at least a 6. That means we're not filling... Well, actually, we could never have done 1, 2, 4 and 5 to add up to the 12 circles, because we could never have put a 5 in a circle, so I'm not actually sure this is taking things forward either. Okay. So now my question is going to be... So is this a colouring puzzle? Or is that nonsense? I'm just wondering if what we're meant to do is to say arbitrarily, if we colour that one and we colour this one. Now, from this one's perspective now, every cell that is a knight's move away from it has to be a green colour, doesn't it? Because if it was from the purple polarity, what I'm saying is that purple is either the set of digits 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's the set of digits 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think we can instantly do this, but then we can use these circles to say that anything a knight's move away from those circles has to be purple. I don't know if this is going to work, actually. That's purple. By dint of this one, that's purple. All of these are... Oh, the central cell is quite powerful, actually. But the rotten thing about this, I'm afraid... No, this goes. This is going to go. It's going to go because of this one. And the reason this one's interesting is this is now purple. And it's purple because if it was green, we'd have two cells. We'd have a cell that was a knight's move away from a green circle that was also green, which is impossible. So this is purple. And now this is green by knight's move. This is green. Oh, here we go. We've got loads of green circles. So all we've got to do now, he says, probably incorrectly, but this is going to allow us to colour more things in purple. I think we get all of those purplified by this one, and this one gets that purpled and that purpled. And so at some point what we're going to discover, he says, hoping, yeah, okay, so this is now green, isn't it? Because it has a purple, a knight's move away from it, so we can now purple a few more thingies. I think this is probably the right strategy. I'm not certain, but now that's green, because everything a knight's move from this has to be, that has to be green, because it has a purple, a knight's move away from it. And can we get this one? Yep, that's got to be green, because it has a purple, a knight's move away from it. This one must be doable now. That's got a purple, a knight's move away from it. And this one has a purple, so that's also green. So we've only got three. We've only got 3 cells. Right. I've done it. That's it. We've done it. That's a very unusual beginning. I really love that. That's just, it's beautiful setting. Because now what we do is we say, okay, how could purple be high digits? Now let's imagine that purple is the lowest high digit, which would be a 6. that says there are 6 sixes in circles. Well, we can see there can only be 3 sixes in the purple polarity. That's not 6, is it? Or 7, 8, 9, let alone. So purple is low polarity. Now, here's an interesting point. That means that there are 9 green circles. So, and we know that these 9 green circles are filled with high digits. Now, let's say, could there be 2 different digits there? Well, no, because 6 and 7, for example, would add up to 13, which is way more than 9. So I couldn't put 6 sixes in circles and 7 sevens in circles. I'd need 13 circles. So the only way of filling the green circles is with the digit 9, which was our first thought. So these are all 9. Boom. These digits are 1s, 2s, or 3s. Now, I don't know what we're going to do with this now. Well, I tell you one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going with my colouring because I'm seeing other cells that I can do here. That one can do that one. Yeah, we need to be more diligent, or I need to be more diligent to be precise. Yeah, look, those 2 are both purple from this one. Now, if I've missed some, that might be completely remiss of me. No, I thought I saw one there that I could have got, but no. What about this one again? Yeah, that one's got that one to benefit from. But we know that any green cell is high polarity. So in this box, those are the digits 6, 7, and 8. So that even digit must be a 2 or a 4. Okay, so even digits in the purple colouring are 2s and 4s. Can we colour this one? Maybe not, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to change tack again then. I'm going to look at this circle. Because what would happen if this circle was a 3? I think these 2 cells are going to become troubling. And that's because if we think about the nature of 3, if we need 2 digits that are at least 5 different from 3, what Sudoku digits can we use? Now, I think the answer to that is only the digits 8 and 9. And that's impossible here. We can't make those 8 and 9. Because 9's already appeared in the box here. So I don't think that can be a 3. And the moment this isn't a 3, we can't put any 3 in one of these circles, because we know if we do put a 3 in any of those circles, there are 3 3s in the purple circles. So these are 1s and 2s. So 2 of these are 2s, and 1 of them is a 1. And somehow or other, I tell you what's very surprising about this, and that's that it's going to disambiguate, that all of the low digits and all of the high digits are going to be disambiguated. That just feels very unlikely. I've got another purple. That's a purple from this one. Yes, okay. Oh, how should we do this actually? You see, what the digit that we've been... Well, no, this is good. Right, we'll look at this box. That's where we're going to look first. I've been worried about the digit 5 and whether that needs its own colour. It might or it might not, I'm not sure. But what we can say is because this was even and is clearly not a high, we know that the high digits, the green digits, are 6, 7s, 8s and 9s throughout the puzzle. So once we know this is an even digit that is not a high digit, because the green digits are 6, 7, 8, 9, it's 2 or 4. That is definitely low. So where is the 5 in this box? It can only be there, can't it? So that's 5. We'll give it its own colour. So 5 is in one of those squares. 5 is placed. Where's 5 in this box? It has to be there. That's simply the only place it can go. And now 5 has to be here. Oh, this is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. 5 has to be here. I dare say we'll get all the 5s. I shouldn't have said that, but I bet we do. 5 is in one of those squares. Oh, actually, maybe we don't. Sorry. So I'm sorry for myself, actually. Oh, okay. That's totally. I've totally messed that up. All right. Let's look at row 4. That has only got 3 greens at the moment, so that's definitely green. This is definitely green. Just by counting, we need 4 greens and 4 purples in each box, and each row and each column. Look at this column. We've got 5 and 4 low digits, so everything else in this column is green. We've discovered green, my lord. That's green. That's green. So one of these is green, one of these is the blue 5. What about the top row? We must be able to do that. Yeah, we haven't got enough purples in that one, so that's purple. Oh, yeah, we've got all 4 purples in column 8, but the 5, I don't know which order. One of these is 5, one of them is green. I don't know which is which. What about column 4 then? That needs an extra green. Let's put that in. This might not be the way to do this. It might have been more sensible to try and think about the 1s and the 2s and try and work that out, but yeah, I mean, if that's a 2, for example, neither of those could be a 6, because 6 and 2 are only 4 apart. So that would be a 6. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to colouring and see if we can do better with those. Yeah, this column, I've got 4 purples, and I've got the 5, so those are definitely both green. So this is a high green, so that is a 6 or an 8. That's not the same as this one. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a case of finding a row or a column where we can, yeah, okay, so this is either 5 or it's green, and that's 5 or green. I don't know actually. What are these? 5 and green again. So this column, hang on, what's going on in this column? 1, 2, so oh, this is one of each. This is a green and a purple, but I don't think I know the order. Oh, okay, so maybe I do have to use the 1s and the 2s. Sorry, how are we going to do that then? The 1 is not restricted. Whichever one of these is a 1 can be next to 6, 7, 8 or 9. So it's going to be the 2s that probably place 6s somehow. But quite how, I'm not sure yet. If that's 2, it places... so those are mutually contradicting, I think. Yeah, this is going to be it. Right, if this one is a 2 and this one is a 2, I want to look at this box and ask where 6 goes in it, because I don't think it can go anywhere. This 2 would knock 6 out of those 2 squares, and this 2 would knock it out of those 2 squares, so 6 couldn't be placed, which means that it's not possible for both of those to be a 2, so that one is necessarily a 2, and this is 6, and that must be a 7-8 pair. That's really clever setting again. Now, right, oh I see, that's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Right, now this can't be 2, because if that was 2, both of those squares in the top row couldn't be 6, and there wouldn't be a place for 6 in the top row. So that is the 1, and this is the 2, which means that's the 6, and we're off to the races again, maybe. 6 is placed. No, it's not. It's not, because I don't know what this is. Bobbins. Okay, 6 is nearly placed in... no, this is better. It's much better. Right, we're going to do Sudoku with 6 in box 5. Now, this is an interim step. It's in one of these 2 squares to asking where it goes in this box. And now, it's only got one place, which is there. So that's 6, which is a green digit by Sudoku, which places our 5, which means 5 is in one of 2 places in box 7. And see this down here. Oh, well, yeah, this is good. That one can't be. If you look at this column, we haven't placed the 4th purple. It can't be here, because that would put 5 purples in row 8. So that must be purple, which means that one's the blue. So that's 5, which means that's 5, and that's 5, and we get a bit of our colouring sorted out. We've got 4 purples in the bottom row, so that's green, which means that's purple. We've now got 4 purples in this row, so both of these are green. That's green by dint of count on box 9. This is 5 by dint of Sudoku on the blue set. All your 5s belong to us. This has got to be green. That's got to be purple. That's got to be green. That's got to be purple. And that is the colouring of the puzzle, I think. And all we have to do now, I say all we have to do, is... Well, there's going to be lots of things we can do here, actually. Well, or is there? Maybe let's do 6s first. Sometimes, and in fact it's probably the case here, these puzzles resolve themselves into 2 Sudokus. You sort of have a Sudoku on the low digits and a separate Sudoku on the high digits. And that might be the case here. One thing I'm noticing is that this can't be a 6, because it would be a knight's move away from a circle 2. And 6 and 2 are obviously not 5 apart, so that's a 6. That's really didn't do very much, did it? Okay, so this is 7 or 8. That's 7. Actually, we may have to colour 7s and 8s. That's also a possibility. 6 is either there or there in box number 8. Is this 1 doing something? It's putting 1 in one of those squares. One of these 2 squares. One of those 2 squares. I don't feel like it is. I mean, that's probably famous last words, but this digit has to be 7 or 8, doesn't it? Because it is a knight's move away from a circle 2. So the 6 in this box is in one of those 2 positions and must be here, which places my 6 over here. Now this even digit comes into its own. That's a 6 by Sudoku. So the 8, this is big, because this 8's plonking the 8 here. So that's got to be 8, that's got to be 7, that's 7, that's 8. That's 8 in the corner, that's 7, that's 8, that's 7. Here we go. This is what I said would happen. 8s go here. These are, well, that's got to be 6 then. That's 7, that's 8. So that's 8. And that's 6, and that's 7. That's 7, that's 8. And if I haven't made a ricket, that's a 7. And our Sudoku on sort of the high digits is performed. And what we've got to do now, he says without a great deal of confidence in himself, is we've got to figure out how to do the low digits Sudoku now. I'm just trying to see. No, it's actually fine, isn't it? These 2 2s are operating on box 3 and putting 2 in the corner, and that makes that one a 4. Look, using that even digit. So one of these is a 2. We probably just have to run the Sudoku gamut again. Right, there's a 2 here, which places a 2 here, which means that's a 4, that's a 2. 2 is in one of those 2 squares, which makes this a 2. And I feel like I've done almost all the 2s. I have. I've got a sort of X-wing of 2s left. And this being a 1-3 pair, how are we going to resolve that? That's placing 4 in box. And that's placing 3 in box 2. So 3 is in one of those cells, which means I can place 3 in box number 1. And we're left with a 1-4 pair. So this is 1 or 4. Does this 4 do some sort of magic that I'm not appreciating? Quite probably it does, but I don't know where. Okay, there is a 4 in one of those squares. So this digit, it can't be 2, and it can't be 4, and it can't be 3, so that is a 1. Which makes that 1, that 4, that 1, that 4, that 3, that 4, that 3, that 1, that 3. This is a 1-2 pair. It's probably resolved, but I can't immediately see how. This needs a 4 in its row. That gets a 4, a 2, a 2, a 1, a 1, a 3. We've not put 3 in there. 3, 1, 1, 3, 4. Boom. There we go. That's how to solve it. That was lovely. What a beautiful puzzle. Jolly Rogers, take a bow. I loved that. That was really original. And it's a while actually since I've done a pure colouring puzzle like that. But it was a delight. Is it correct? It is correct. Whoa, 1,000 people have solved that already. Well, hopefully that will be many thousands more now that I've had a go at it and persuaded hopefully some of you to embark on the journey with me. a sort of, yeah, a Ulysses type journey. Let me know in the comments whether you enjoyed the puzzle and how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.